It felt great. It's been a while, but went out there and I was happy to be out there with my teammates. It was just a blessing to be back out there.
You personally, just after missing all that time, were there any extra nerves or anything going, for your first game in almost 2 years?
I mean, there was a lot of adrenaline going on. I was excited to be back out there, and I definitely was in shape. Surprisingly, I was in shape for the game, but I was very excited to be back out there and just continue to help my team.
How come surprisingly? Did you feel like there might be a little rust that you had to knock off?
Not necessarily. It's just to play in a game, it's different than when you're practicing and all that. But throughout the whole game, I didn't feel like I was tired. You know, their O-line did a pretty good job against our defensive line. So, and we did a good job also. But yeah.
Pretty hot on that turf.
Not exactly. I mean, I'm from Houston. So.
Did it make you realize how much you missed the game? I mean, you missed an entire season, all of a sudden you're back playing and competing in a real game.
Yeah, I definitely did miss the game. It's almost been 2 years since I played. When I got back out there, it was just exciting to have all the feelings of the fans and all the players and the coaches out there again. And I was on the field, all the other players on the other team, they were telling me that it was good to have me back on the field and all that. So it was a good feeling.
5 sacks for the defense yesterday. How do you think the pass rush did?
Was that?
5 sacks yesterday for the defense. How do you think the pass rush did?
We did pretty good. First half, they did a good job, like I said, with their O-line. They game planned to keep Burrow safe from not being injured and all that stuff. We definitely got to him in the second half. We made adjustments during halftime, and we affected him in the ways that we could.
What do you think changed? Because it looked like in the second half he wasn't moving around as much as he was at the first half, kind of like keeping him high in the pocket. Was there any what was kind of the method to that?
He was definitely sitting shallow. He sat shallow. He was throwing the pass out quick. So as soon as we got to our guys, the ball was out. So we had to stay disciplined in our rushes and just not be unmotivated to rush the passer. But like I said, we made our adjustments at halftime, and then we ended up getting to him.
What does that do for the rest of you guys when Mike Pierce can get that kind of interior push and get those sacks just straight up the gut?
I mean, that's helpful for the D-line. If they focus on the outside guys, then, they're going to take attention off the inside guys, and it's going to allow them to have one-on-one matchups and being able to get to the quarterback and affect the game.
You had 3 guys on you on one of his sacks, actually.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It'll be like that.
I was going to ask, did you notice them keying on you, especially all the time, and was it any more drastic than what you've been through before in terms of how offenses try to block you?
No, I'm definitely used to it. I've dealt with teams where there's 3 guys on me, and that's good because it lets other guys be having one-on-one matchup. So it is what it is.
It seemed like Joe Mixon was able to get some stuff going later in the game. What did you guys see from your run defense as the game went on?
We just stayed in our gaps. We had to be disciplined and not try to make plays. Everybody just had to do their jobs. We made mistakes, but that's part of football. Tackle better and all that stuff. That's something that we could possibly do better.
How tough is it to replace Anthony Barr, especially when it comes to the run defense and just how integral he is there?
It's just next man up. Got to go in there and do your job and play to the level that you can play it. In order to help the team and the defense.
Felt like Dre was experimenting, moving some guys inside. I know he was having Ev rush from inside, Stephen too. What does that do as far as just different ways that you guys can affect the quarterback? Do you feel like that was something that was good to debut yesterday to kind of get a feel of how you can work that in more this season?
I just sets matchups. That's all it does. Sometimes a rush can work better on another guy than it can with another O-lineman. So we just set matchups up.
How was it going against Riley Reef again?
Oh, it was fun. We were talking out there, and like I said, he did a pretty good job. I told him he did a good job out there. Joe did a good job keeping shallow in the pocket, but it was good going against him.
I don't picture him as much of a talker.
No, he talks. Just old teammates, so we would talk out there.
What do you guys have to do to get better in the 2-minute drill? I mean, at the end of the half, you guys gave up one you didn't want to give up. Is that just experience out there, getting you guys playing together?
We just got to get rid of the mental errors. Stay disciplined, focusing on our jobs and do what we need to do. Can't have penalties. focus on our assignments. Like I said, it's a game of whoever has the less mistakes. So we just got to focus in.
Any more questions?
Danielle, if there was anybody on this team that would be like a two-way player, remember Dion did it in the '90s. I think Shohei Ohtani does it in baseball. Who would you pick? Who do you think could be like the best two-way player on this team?
I'd probably say Pat Peterson. I mean, he did punt returning in college, and I saw that he was pretty good at it. So I feel like he could do some damage on offense also.
As
So
a receiver?
something like that, running back, some kind of damage.
Michael Pierce kind of expressed some frustration. He felt you guys kind of gave that one away. Do you kind of look at that same too, in the same aspect?
Yeah, he was very frustrated, because, like I said, it's just the mental errors, focusing in and not having penalties on defense, that could help us in the long run.